Hey guys, this is Michael Masterum from Physics Gaming, and today I'm going to be looking at the character creation and gameplay of the Popori race in TERA Online, a new MMO coming up by Frogster. Now, as you can probably already see, the Popori is quite an interesting little race in that they're not really technically one race. The Popori, so far as I can see, seems to be just a collection of a bunch of different furry animals. Which is pretty cool because there is a lot of customization with this race. It's one of the reasons I decided to use this as the first in the list of videos depicting how to do character creation in this game. I mainly chose these guys because they're very unique and there's a lot of variation. Now, one thing that has even more variation is each woodland animal, I use woodland, but there we go, has its own different adornments and makeup. For example, the little panda guy here can have like the moon on the back of his head and stuff like that, but if I switch to, say, the dog, once I've decided I want to do that, I've got very many other options, including a pipe. So, yeah, we kind of have to choose that one, but I will look at the other little woodland creatures quite quickly. So the bunny has a few things there, including a little bow tie makeup. What does the little cat have? Little bits of makeup. But you know what, I've decided my heart is set on the dog. So there we go, we've got our little pipe. And now to do the other things in order. Right, now another thing that is quite immediately obvious in the Popori, since you'll be looking at a lot, is your tail. And you can pick from a very large variety of tails even, which is quite nice. I'm just going to go with the plain and simple one because I'm boring like that. And the face is, as before, just you select your animal, and then you can do your skin tone, which there's a fair variation of. I'll start through them now. I mean, just clicking some at random, and you can see that there's a lot of different types. Stick with that one. Right, now I mentioned that before there was different adornments. The way that the adornments work is the bottom row is separate from the top row, so I can have a pipe and choose a different adornment from the top row, but I can't have two things from the top row. What do I go with eventually? Oh, he looks depressed. Let's go with that. Well, I'm an evil sod. Right then. Now, this is a pretty cool bit of character creation in TERA Online, is the slider bars for bone structure. Now, which is different from most other MMOs where it's a matter of select your hair, select your makeup. Okay, you're done. In this one, you really do have a lot of control, even to the extent where you can make the pipe clip through his top lip. That doesn't look nice at all. Quickly fix that. There we go. It's merely clipping through his tooth now. Yeah, I mean, I can't really complain about that, considering, one, it was still in beta when I was doing this, and, oh no, alpha even. Yes, I believe it's alpha. And two, I'm kind of dicking about the sliders to see how ridiculous I can make him look. Some sliders do a lot more than others. Like, the mouth ones were sort of, but the ear ones are the ones that I kind of had to play with. It's like, oh, I've got a puppy. He must have massive ears. The larger the ears, the better. He must be Dumbo. Aww. Right, now you can preview what your character will look like in various different gear as well, which is quite handy. Bear in mind that this is a preview, this isn't your starter clothes, which I was very disappointed in, because otherwise I would have picked a nice spiky one with bells, because that looks awesome. Another thing you can change is your voice, which actually is kind of important. Well, we have to go with that one. The reason your voice is kind of important is that you always use your voice. It's kind of Monster Hunter-esque in that you will hear your voice a lot while you're attacking, and if you got the wrong one, it's going to get irritating. Right, so now we've spawned in the actual main world, we can have a quick look at his animations and stuff. Which seem pretty good so far. I mean, the Popori are a very tubby, bouncy race, as you can see. And I'm very thankful that that robe isn't hiding anything, because it does not do much for his modesty when he jumps. Now, let's check out his dance. That's a very familiar dance. Is that reminding anybody else of anything in particular? Try looking in the bottom right hand corner a second, you'll see what I think of it as. Yeah. I can't help but wonder whether or not that's inspired by it, or if it's just coincidence and I've played too much Majora's Mask over the years. Right, so that's your basic attack there. It's just a little bolt of magical energy. It's a basic attack. I mean, it's basically the magic equivalent of swinging your sword. Most mages seem to have that kind of thing. But what is pretty cool about this class is your heal. Now, the way your heal works is you just summon that little bowl there, and anybody in your party can right-click it and get healed. And it's a hot, so it's pretty useful. And the really cool thing about them is you can summon a lot at a time. Hold on, I think I'll summon a few right now. So I've got that one over there. And now, you can do that to the extent where you fill up a whole room. Actually, we were running a dungeon just before the sneak peek ended, and our Mystic was just sitting there, spawning loads and loads and loads of these things, which was hilarious. So we did actually have an entire boss room full of these things, which was pretty awesome. Right, get the tree killing quest. The way I'm going to be doing this is I will be showing you the combat for killing the first 4 trees with your basic spells, and then I'll cut ahead to level 4 where you have some more spells. This is not an accurate representation of damage. There is another guy using exactly the same spell behind me, so yeah. Let's go see if we can find our own tree this time, so we can give you an accurate representation of what this will look like. Now, the reason I've decided to go up to level 4 with this is quite simply because in the sneak peek weekend, there are only 2 servers, and you can only have 1 character per server, so you can only have 2 characters at a time. And the way TERA works is a way to basically stop you from being griefed is if you have a character over level 5 and you try to delete that character, it takes something like 39 hours to delete. Any time in which you can stop the deletion. So, over a weekend sneak peek, it was kind of not viable to make very many characters without basically getting them to level 4, deleting them, and getting another one to level 4, which is what I did, because I wanted to show you all the different classes. Now, we decided to try something different. I've summoned a little healing orb, and I've waited until the guy comes to hit me to see just how much it heals. And as you can see, he hits me once or twice, and I immediately heal the damage. So it's a pretty powerful heal. Right, got that quest finished. You have a pretty quick auto attack. You seem to be able to down things relatively quickly. I've got to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of most of the ranged classes for the simple reason of it feels a bit too much like holding down a button to attack. I mean, ultimately the melee classes are like that as well, but I don't know, I honestly just found the melee classes to be a lot more involving than the ranged ones, and I'll be talking about that in the other videos, obviously, because I'll be doing one each per racing class, which means that one lucky race will get 2 videos, because I'm biased like that. And there we have the awesome level up animation. If you haven't seen it already, my god, it's gorgeous. Right, now we're level 4, we're picking up a bunch of different skills. You have your Thrall of Protection, which is your little pet that you can summon, and a bunch of different commands for him, which are pretty awesome. You have Metamorphic Blast, which is just a AoE wave in front of you, and you also have an ability that allows you to regenerate mana, which I believe it's only out of combat, but it basically means you have a lot of, there it is, it basically means that you have a lot of, not sustain, but that you have very, very little downtime, because you can use your heals, obviously, to heal your health very quickly, and then you can just mana up. And as you can see, it has got a 14-second cooldown, so, I mean, you're hardly going to have any downtime with that spell, I have to say. Right, now let's attack the hell out of this tree. Your Thrall will not automatically attack, you do have to send him, it seems. But once you do, he holds aggro pretty well and does a fair amount of damage. Managed to auto-attack this tree down really quickly. Alright. Let's try ourselves a little bit of AoE combat. It seems to me that you can't actually make him heal himself on your nodes, which is unfortunate. I think that's what I was trying to do there. And of course, I attack him to try to make him heal himself. I never said I was playing this game logically. Right, there we send him in. let him get hit in to draw aggro, and then we just mow the enemy down and over aggro immediately, because, you know, why not? Right, and what you got to see there is my little wave attack, Metamorphic Blast, which, I have to say, it's a conal effect in front of you. I have to say, it's kind of a pain in the ass to hit with sometimes, because it doesn't go by just where your mouse is aimed. It actually goes by where your character's facing as well. Which, I mean, usually where your mouse is aimed and where your character's facing are the same, but, I mean, say if you've just jumped away from an enemy because you're dodging an attack or whatever, and then you try to cast a spell too quickly, you usually forget to turn around, or at least I did, and you'll use your pretty big AoE nuke on thin air, which is always kind of irritating. Speaking of AoE, let's see what it's like to attack a bunch of different mobs with this. So we send our little slave in. Over you go. And he'll start beating on this thing. I'm not entirely certain what the hell it is. Draw a bunch of aggro, and now we can... Ooh. As you can see, there's a fair amount of damage. These enemies aren't exactly powerful. And now I can sit here picking everything off if I ever learn how to aim. Just out of range there. There we go. Smack him. Why does it take me forever to do anything? I don't know why I decided to attack him with the AoE. I think I just decided a bit of flourish is always nice. Alright, send him in. Go, my minion. I have to say, it's quite entertaining. The little guy himself actually has some pretty funny animations. I have to say, the animations in this game are very, very well done for character models. Right, everything's grouped up. Smack it with thunder. I mean, despite the fact you're a healer, you do a fair amount of damage to this class, I have to say. I mean, I don't know how well it scales later on in the game, but for now, you're definitely holding your own. Right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe. And from the little pudgy Popori Master M and my Thrall Protection, you gonna say anything, dude? Nope. Well, oh well. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy. Bye.